Sit back, relax and lend me your ears as I will start my group presentation now. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day I wish to our respected Dr. Kadina Kamarudin and my dear classmates. Now, my group and I will be presenting our organization development case study on the topic changes in Samsung organization development. Before I proceed with the presentation, allow me to introduce my group members. It consists of 3 people, which are Nur Yusra Binti Abdul Rahim, Nurinsanni Binti Hussain, and myself, Nur Iffah Irdina Binti Faadrul Reza. Without wasting any time, let's proceed to the first part of this presentation. Therefore, I will pass this to the first presenter, Nurinsanni Binti Hussain, and followed by Nur Yusra Binti Abdul Rahim. Thank you.
Basically, Samsung is one of the world's largest technology provider. It started as a trading company exporting various products from South Korea to the Beijing, China. Founded by Lee Byung-chul in 1938, Samsung gradually developed into a multinational corporation that it is today. The word Samsung means 3-star in Korean. It became the name associated with the different types of business establishment in South Korea and in various parts of the world. Internally, people associate the name with electronic, information technology, and also development. Samsung Electronics Sdn Bhd manufactures many of electronic and technology products. In Malaysia, the company was founded in 1989 and based in Port Klang, Selangor. The product provided include the audio and video product, computer product, and home appliance. Next, I will proceed with the problems of Samsung Electronics Sdn Bhd. The first problem is Human Resource Department support the Code of Ethics changes because they think it will offer the guidelines to the employees on what is expected and what is not expected from them. However, changes in code ethics will be useless without a positive culture of support. It is because the employee feel that the global code of conduct consists of too many rules that they may not be able to remember. Second problem is department managers support the addition of employees because some of the employees in various departments had been complaining of being overworked. In the other hand, recruiting or adding new employees in an organization would result in restructuring working hours, work environment, and also wages payment. In addition, existing employees feel that the additional new employees might come to take their position in the company. Next, the employees have complained on having no guideline on how to act at the workplace. It is because employees are having lack of information pertaining to the workplace policies and regulation. Policies need to be provided and explained to the new and existing employees for it to be effective. In this case, the organization may not communicate well about the policies to the employees. Next problem is the company struggle to strike a balance between work and the number of employees assigned to various tasks, meaning to say the employee ignore the employee satisfaction in order to achieve the collective purpose. It is because employees using their power to foster the sense of purpose throughout their department. Therefore, workers are not be able to connect with the organization purpose since they are unsatisfied with the overload work. So, I think that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Now is about the data gathering. So the data gathering that we use is an unobtrusive measure. This is because the data are generally readily available because the data is produced during the ordinary course of organizational activity. There are advantages of unobtrusive measure. The first one is less intrusive. Audit practitioner may want the data that is less intrusive, means the data is all about to the problems of Samsung, not involve any other matter that is not related to the problems. Therefore, this matter can save the time of practitioner because not being disturbed by the data that are not in the scope of problem faced by Samsung. The second advantage of unobtrusive measure is high validity. Since the problems in Samsung are about the management in that company itself, therefore, an obtrusive measure will be useful to the practitioner because of the relevance of the data. Through an obtrusive measure is more valid and more relevant to the problem faced by Samsung. However, there are disadvantages of this unobtrusive measure. The first one is difficult to access. Okay, some of the assisted data is privacy to the company, such as financial ledger, personal files of their employees, and meeting minutes. So, these official documents are difficult to access by practitioner if company do not give an access, or the practitioner must find another medium other than official document as to solve the problems of clients, such as or the practitioner can use the online environment or the physical environment. Okay, next is can be unclear to interpret. The data from the obtrusive measure may be not thoroughly gathered because an audit practitioner no experience by itself on how the data is being obtained. Audit practitioner just acquires the data from assisted, such as historical data about the company, establish a newspaper about the Samsung, and database of Samsung. Next, I will talk about the solution to the problem. So, the first solution is to communicate effectively regarding the change that is to be implemented. Communications refers to the aspect of explaining to all stakeholders the necessity of implementing change in an organization. So, the CEO should be in the forefront of change implementation. The CEO should understand the value of explaining to all employees and regional managers of the importance of adding more employees in the organization and the advantage of having the code of conduct within the company. So, the second solution for the problem is to giving facilitation, training, and support. Facilitation and support can be vital tools to implement a change. Support can be facilitated through listening to the involved parties, which are employees, finance department, and regional managers, and providing the necessary guidance depending on the queries that may arise. Okay, now I will talk about the advantage of solution to the problem. So the first one is can motivate employees toward action. The communication happen by the upper management can give spirit to the employees to follow the new of conduct. So with the thorough communication by the CEO or the upper management of Samsung, all employees can have more insight in the benefit for doing this change. Then it can motivate employees toward an action. However, there are two disadvantages of the solution to the problems. So the first one is no action from employees. The employees could be whole in their normal operation, thus finding it hard to leave that habit and accommodate the use of code of conduct in their daily deliberation of their work. Habits can be extremely hard to change since they usually form a well-established base that has both comfort and security. The second disadvantage is misunderstanding. The regional manager could be having inadequate information. Communication problems can lead to difficult to change. If they had answers to their question, maybe they will not resist to the implementation of the global code of conduct. So that's all for the advantage and disadvantage of the solution for to the problems. I will pass to the next presenter, Iffah.
Now we proceed with the recommendation for this case study. First of all is to introduce the new workers with the old one, and the third one as communication and involvement of every party is vital for the success of the change implementation. Next is the CEO should write a memo each time after meeting for the workers in all countries by explaining how to act in case the rules and regulations in the code differ from countries outside the meeting region. This can be done through the website or the employee system software to ensure that it is fast, confidential and efficient in reaching the many employees in the whole world so that it can be standardized and easy to find a solution for any circumstances. Next is the top manager should conduct a video conferencing with all departments to deliver pertaining to the company so that everyone is alert on the changes made, because I am sure in one meeting room it could not fit everyone in the organization. They should then be communicated by the line manager to their subordinates in order to remove any negative perception or fear amongst the employees. Okay. Moving on to the next one is to ensure all workers accept the changes made by ensuring that all the questions from employees, board of directors and each department have been answered. All the whys and what, so in order to make them understand clearer and accept the changes that has been made. To conclude everything about our case study, all I can say is that Samsung is constantly facing organization changes every now and then because of its size in the electronics industry. The best data gathering method is unobtrusive measures, as the observation and data collected is from trusted sources. The driving forces towards change and the restraining forces against change, thus giving the organization of Samsung an opportunity to find ways of resetting their equilibrium. The interventions given can significantly ensure that all stakeholders can accept change, hence overcome factors that causes resistance to change. Last but not least, Samsung basically made changes from time to time as it is a big company which has their business all over the world. With that, I end our presentation for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand.